Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Gemini, this is your weekly reading for the week of January 13th to the 19th. So the cards this week, Gemini, we have for you, we have the Deep Replenishment Oracle card. We have the Nine of Swords, the beautiful star energy, King of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, King of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. So a couple of very big energies here, Gemini. We have a theme here of letting go what is no longer serving you, and in particular, the things that might be causing you a sense of instability. It is really time to let go of those things and find that sense of security and stability within yourself, and that is going to be the key for you moving forward in a positive direction and really finding that level of groundedness that you are seeking, that will allow you to eventually plant the seeds that are going to lead to that greater abundance, both materially and within yourself as well. So I'm going to start off by reading out the Oracle card, Deep Replenishment. Retreat, rest, be held. The most selfless thing you can do is to fill up your own inner well. When we are running around half-filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you are running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have to give multiplies. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is your body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. So Gemini, even in the Oracle card here, we have this theme of needing to ground yourself in order to achieve that sense of security and stability that you need. Now, I'm going to start in the recent past here with the Nine of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Because obviously in the past there has been a situation that has been causing you deep worry, even anxiety or depression. Now, the Nine of Swords, it can be the demons in our mind, the over-analytical thoughts, the stories from the past, the triggers, those kinds of things that we just can't leave, and that they actually impose on our future situation. Or it can just be a situation that you're worrying about, be it a lack of finances, wondering what the new year is going to bring. Maybe some of you are changing work situations. Some of you might have had stress at work, stress in relationships, that kind of thing. But whatever the situation relates to, guys, at a number 9 with that Nine of Swords, this situation is really close to being resolved or completed. So it's really important to put the work in, to have that difficult conversation, to resolve it, to look for the new job, whatever it is, so that you can get that completion in place and let go of this kind of energy. Because I find that Nine of Swords energy can often arise when we're in the state of indecision, or when we're in the space in between and we haven't decided whether to stick in a situation or to move on, and that's what causes the anxiety. It's the indecision, the not knowing what's going to happen, that kind of thing. It's the kind of stress that can even lead to insomnia or keep you up at night. And over time, this kind of energy wears down our energetic resources, and that's probably why you need this deep replenishment. It's time for you to actually retreat into yourself, recharge your batteries, rest, and really work on self-love as well. With the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles can have obviously many different meanings, but in this reading I see this as holding on to whatever is relating to the situation, to the point that maybe it's devaluing your sense of self. You maybe in that holding on, that's giving you a sense of stability and security. However, it's leading to maybe mental or emotional instability. So really the situation needs to be resolved so that you can build true stability, like the King of Pentacles, from a different place. So it's sort of like by holding on to this present situation, you're devaluing the future with that Four of Pentacles. And it's time to loosen the grip, get the situation completed so that you can, move on to a bright new future. Because The Wheel of Fortune, guys, is such a powerful card. I do love the Wheel of Fortune, but the Wheel of Fortune can indicate strong change. It's a number 10, so this is the completion. So as a current energy this week, the Wheel of Fortune is saying it is, destined timing, or the energy is there for you to complete the situation that's causing you so much worry and fear, because, we really need to not operate from that place anymore. The Wheel of Fortune, it can be difficult when that kind of change comes in. However, if we want to get to the next stage in our lives, change, no matter, even though it comes with pain, is necessary. The Wheel of Fortune is about a change of luck. So the promise is, if you can resolve the situation, things will change. The tables will turn for you. It's a really powerful energy, and it usually does indicate that a karmic contract may be complete. It's time to start a new life lesson. This chapter is closed. But of course, guys, there is always free will. So even though I may talk about, divine timing or what's destined, it's saying that ultimately you potentially would get the best result if you entered that situation now. But not everyone is necessarily ready to do that. You have free will to do, what you like. However, we can see that what would open up for you in this reading is something quite beautiful if you can remove this energy. The Wheel of Fortune, it is the wheel turning. It is the, the karmic tides turning. It says that it is, there's some amount of destiny in a situation that needs to be completed. And the Wheel of Fortune is said to have a 10-year energy. So I really feel that this situation is something that might be that hangover from our previous decade that we've just closed out. And the Wheel of Fortune wants to turn to completely shift things and to create a whole new chapter for you in 2020 and beyond. This decision that you make now could actually set you up for that whole new decade. So I love the Wheel of Fortune. It's a strong energy. So I think that many of you, if this is your message, you feel this is your message, you will know that, this is in your gut. I feel like you'll know you do need to make this change. You do need to release this situation. And, it can be really difficult, guys, but the sooner you do that, the sooner you can move on to bigger and more beautiful things. Because, you have the star energy here as well, which is another really, really strong energy. And the star in tarot actually follows the Tower card in the Major Arcana. So the star is the calm after the storm. But, I see cards like, Nine of Swords and Ten of Swords almost like a tower. That can be a painful ending, but you have the star energy here to come and soothe and balance it out. This is the rebalancing of the emotional waters, and this is the, filling yourself back up in terms of healing and self-love after taking some time to renew and restore, so that you fill up that well that it was talked about in the Oracle card. So you're no longer needing to seek that externally, be it from friends, family, jumping into new relationships. Some people seek that in, food, drugs and alcohol. This is about you rebalancing yourself to keep yourself emotionally stable so that you won't go to any of those things. It's about, rebalancing the emotional waters of life in a time where you might feel quite vulnerable, stripped back, even naked like this person. Because often after going through a difficult situation, we do really peel that metaphorical onion, meaning we really get down to our core. There's no hiding anymore. So some of you might be feeling like that at this time. It talks about balancing yourself energetically. 7 white stars are said to link to the 7 chakras. So it's a great time to get energy healing if that's something you can afford or access, or just going for a walk in nature, eating well, nurturing yourself, early nights, warm bath, all that sort of thing, all helps to restore your energy field as well. Also a great time to make a wish on that bright star. I mean, what do you desire for this next decade? Because you have the Wheel of Fortune saying it's time for that luck to change, and this is an energy of divine guidance as well. So really do some manifestations and think, what do you want in 2020 and beyond, because you have the energy of guidance here. And I wanted to pair that actually with the Queen of Wands, because the Queen of Wands is that visionary card. She is the facing the true north, the looking towards the future, and she makes instinctual, calculated decisions for herself to move her life forward in a positive direction. And I feel that that's where you can get to after this healing has been completed. The Queen of Wands knows how to manifest. She's an opportunist, she's a visionary, and she can see, what to pursue to create a new future for herself. And she holds that Ace of Wands as well, so it's almost like re-establishing your sense of firepower, even though you're not a fire sign. It can be about getting your energy back, your enthusiasm, your sense of passion after this deep replenishment through, completing the situation. And Queen energy, guys, is, mature and, dominant when she needs to be, compassionate, nurturing. And, the Queen of Wands in particular is that visionary, is that energetic force. And I feel that what's on offer ultimately is going from that Queen energy to the King energy, King of Pentacles. What I love about the King of Pentacles is, for me, he is the ultimate in secure, stable and grounded, because we had a theme of maybe instability at the start of the reading in your recent past. So the King of Pentacles is somebody who is so grounded, secure, mature and authoritarian that he knows how to, from that place, create the ultimate abundance in his life, both internally and externally. And he holds that Ace of Pentacles as a sign that he knows how to continually keep planting the seeds of success, keep planting the seeds of achievement to grow and expand his empire. So this is what we can do when we're in a place where we've released baggage, we've cleared, past stories and rackets and that sort of thing, and, we have come into a place of emotional fulfillment, emotional stability, emotional security. Then that's when, when our internal world has been transformed, that's when our external world starts to transform as well. So this is where you're heading, Gemini. It's a really beautiful reading, Gemini. I'm going to leave it there actually, and I wish you all the best with it this week. Don't forget that it all starts with release and replenishment. Do keep in mind it's a general reading. It won't necessarily be for every Gemini out there. Feel free to leave me a comment, because I always love to know how it's playing out in your daily life, and I'll see you back here next week for another reading.